Mike Turpin lines up on pole position for this Division 4A final. Now remember that Mike Turpin has been almost unstoppable this year. Trevor Gamble and this man, Dave Ward, in the race as well, lining things up for him. Alan Tapscott is there too. The engine notes rise, the lights go to green. Let's see whether Mike Turpin can yet again score a win. To the first corner they go. Mike Turpin leading with Dave Ward tucking in second place. Bit of bodywork there goes flying. And Dave Ward in the Corsa is going to be grimly determined now to try to find a way past Mike Turpin's yellow Nova. But Turpin has that defensive inside line coming into the hairpin. Alan Tapscott there pushes his way through. Doesn't quite work for him. The car's sideways now coming down the hill. Mike Turpin from Dave Ward, first and second. The gap opening up between the two of them, and Mike Turpin now looking to try and make good his escape, and it's working, isn't it? The gap is growing between the top two. Mike Turpin ahead of Dave Ward. There is Trevor Gamble going through in third place and fourth. Up behind him is Martin Peters recovering after the knock from Alan Tapscott earlier on. Turpin and Ward, first and second. Across the line they go. They've been the class act in Division 4 this year in the absence of John Haffey, and Mike Turpin then storms on uphill now. Dave Ward going through in second place. Trevor Gamble third. Alan Tapscott briefly there. Takes a bizarre line, gathers it all up together again, and carries on as Turpin now plunges off downhill. Dave Ward chasing on after him. There's more contact there. That's Gamble and Peters. Well, the pair of them have had a mixed day. They come together in this particular race as well. They should be able to rejoin as Turpin curb hops his way downhill. Trevor Gamble and Martin Peters losing time there. Mike Turpin on his way now up across the line. It's looking easy, it's looking good for Turpin, and there is the checkered flag. Mike Turpin wins with Dave Ward coming across the line in second place. Heading towards the line in third is Trevor Gamble's rather battered Ford Fiesta. So another great race for Mike Turpin. He comes home the winner ahead of Dave Ward. Trevor Gamble completing the top three ahead of Tapscott, Peters and Andrew Scott classified in sixth. In the meantime, out come the cars for the Division 3A finals. John Sampson and Mike Bourner there with Rover and Porsche respectively. There, the front row of the grid being completed by in number 339 Neil Paylor. Two starts for the price of one. Away, first of all, go the cars in Division 3A. Mike Bourner's Porsche storms away into the lead look. Now let's see what John Sampson can do about catching up with him. These cars brought forward whilst the Division 1 final is restarted as Mike Bourner spins. Dear oh dear, he's thrown it all away, hasn't he? Mike Bourner's Porsche goes through 360 degrees. He's going to be able to rejoin, but a long way back now. And John Sampson leads from, in second place, Neil Paylor. Downhill goes 311 Mike Bourner. Now these are the cars in the second start of the race. The Euro 2000 competitors, Paul Broatch leaning there on Barry Rogers. The Peugeot 205 on the inside. Barry Rogers, the man that won Division 5 in the championship last year, in second place, and Paul Broatch locks up loads of understeer going into the hairpin. Chris Bellamy third in the yellow Peugeot. Downhill they go. Very, very close indeed. Chris Bellamy dives up the inside of Barry Rogers' Nova. The Division 3A cars a little bit more strung out, but a great battle here for second in Euro 2000. Barry Rogers then goes ahead of Chris Bellamy and looks as though he may be able to stay there. John Sampson turns his way through in number 300, and Paul Broatch has a problem. It's happened so often for Paul in Euro 2000 that something goes wrong in the Peugeot. He slows down. Barry Rogers goes into the lead of Euro 2000. Here's the Division 3A leader, John Sampson, with a great noise as the Rover car rumbles its way over the line. There is Barry Rogers. Total contrast with the big rumbling Rover. The Nova looks like it's going to win Euro 2000. John Sampson, though, wins Division 3A, and Barry Rogers is going to come through in a moment or two's time to win the Euro 2000 A final run concurrently. John Sampson from, in second place, Neil Paylor, and third, Mike Bourner in Division 3A. Barry Rogers comes home the winner of Euro 2000, with the two Peugeots of Chris Bellamy and Paul Broatch coming home second and third. The two winners then, Barry Rogers and John Sampson, after a lively Division 3A and Euro 2000 mixed A final. These are the cars lined up for the Division 3A final. The rather ominous thing about all of this is that the clouds are darkening and they're gathering. 368 there is Alan Harber, who we saw win a heat earlier on. And let's hope it stays dry. The lights go from red to green, away they go. Lots of wheel spin though. 382, Kieran Pearce makes a good start, but not as good as that from Alan Harber. He leads as the cars make their way past the water, uphill and a very sideways. Alan Harber loses the lead, and he's about to lose second as well, because round the outside of him there goes Brian Cooke, and so Kieran Pearce leads. Brian Cooke tucks in second place, and Kieran Pearce right on the limit going downhill, and Alan Harber squeezes through to take second place. There may just have been a glancing blow there to Brian Cooke's wildly fishtailing Peugeot 205. Well, Brian Cooke sorts himself out. Great recovery that from Brian Cooke as Kieran Pearce leads, heads towards us now with second Alan Harber, and Brian Cooke is still fighting for control. Hard on the brakes, turns through the corner, accelerates now up across the line. So Kieran Pearce is the man in the lead, and the wiper on Alan Harber's car briefly there. Let's hope that's not a bad sign. Certainly it does look as though it's going to get wetter as the day goes on. Sideways Kieran Pearce, and the top three bunching up once again. Up to the hairpin they come at the top of Hill Rise. You can see how Kieran Pearce's car brakes very heavily, the nose drops. Brian Cooke just touches the tail there of the yellow car, that of Alan Harber, and downhill they go. Harber with a tighter line through the corner, looking to try and run up alongside Kieran Pearce now, but to no avail. Brian Cooke, the man in third place, as Alan Harber touches the curb, so Kieran Pearce pulls away a little bit. Alan Harber delaying himself slightly, now downhill into the hairpin. Up across the start and finish line they come. Kieran Pearce hanging on to the advantage. Alan Harber chasing after him in second place. Is he close enough to have a go? Yes, he is, and through he goes. Alan Harber charges up the inside into the lead. Very opportunistic bit of driving that, and it has worked. Alan Harber goes through into the lead and now tries to pull clear of Kieran Pearce. The Fiesta in second place there and braking again very heavily and very late. Third in 3.57, Peugeot driver Brian Cooke. And downhill they come as Kieran Pearce hits a bump, and that really does throw him all out of line. Brian Cooke runs up alongside him. Kieran Pearce trying to fend him off, but he can't do it. Through up into second place goes 3.57 Brian Cooke. But that little squabble there for second place looks as though it may have delayed the two drivers just enough to give Alan Harber an easier time of it. And indeed it has. Across the line to victory goes Alan Harber. The Vauxhall driver battles his way through to win the race from Brian Cooke in second. Kieran Pearce coming home in third. Victory for Vauxhall, victory for Alan Harber.